Welcome back to the program, everyone. I am, of course, your host, LitecoinLeader, otherwise known as Jeff, and I'm here to talk about a particular thing that's the first day of the month. It's June 1st. Lots of people were talking about lots of different things, talking about debt ceilings, talking about budgets, they're talking about things that are going on in Hong Kong, and I'll be talking about that in another video shortly. But on this video today, I wanted to tell you something that you need to take action on. Okay. Now, we've talked about living the crypto life before, getting into Bitcoin, getting out of fiat, converting this stuff, which we don't want, into things that we can spend and assets that are growing. Things like silver. Okay. So you got silver. We'll talk about silver in a minute. We got some platinum. We got platinum here. And we're going to talk about some Bitcoin too. So this is a crypto channel. So we're going to talk about Bitcoin, in particular, the BitPay card. The BitPay card is the topic for today. BitPay potentially going away. Now, let me explain that. Those of you who have a BitPay card already know about this. We are at the point where it's now June 1st. They made an announcement about a month ago. You've heard me talk about it on this channel and also on EconomicPreppers, which I'll be sharing up here in a minute or two. And it's because Patrick did a nice video on this as well. June 1st and June 15th are the dates to know when it comes to the BitPay card. Now, this card has been the number one card for both Patrick and myself as far as how to spend your crypto, because the card works like two wallets in one. It is a crypto wallet, and it also, through the app, you can deposit and receive several different cryptos. You can manage it on the laptop or your PC as well. And then you can also move it to the second version of the wallet, which is your spend wallet or your debit side. You're basically selling your crypto to convert it into fiat at that moment. And then it acts like a debit card, and you can go and swipe it at any point of sale where MasterCard, hence the symbol, is accepted. So it's a debit MasterCard, and it works at all those points of sale. Problem is that, as we've talked about both here and on EconomicPreppers, choke point 2.0 has been happening. What they're doing is they can't stop Bitcoin, they can't stop crypto, but what they can is try and slow it down. So what they're doing is they're trying to limit the paths between this and Bitcoin. And one of the ways that they do that is by all these cards, like you have the Litecoin card, you have the crypto.com card. I'm not sure how that's still working, but you've got this card too. The BitPay card had its own bank, and that was the mechanism that they did the debit side. That's how because the banking had the point of sale, the terminal, when you went and swiped stuff, and the card stuff that they just piggybacked on MasterCard. But so you got MasterCard and make the card work. Then you've got the crypto side, you got a crypto wallet. Now in between, you got to have a bank, and a bank converts that crypto over to fiat and then puts that into your account. Now, part of choke point 2.0 is to basically terminate those relationships for these cards. That's why the Litecoin card no longer works. That's why the BitPay card is pausing. They're saying it's pausing. So on June 1st, what's happening is you can no longer deposit any more crypto as of today. You have 2 more weeks to spend what you have there. Otherwise, they're going to mail you a check, and it's going to be ugly for them, ugly for you. You probably moved. I know I did. And who knows where that check goes when you get it. The best thing is, not financial advice, but let's just say you have $100 or left in the card. Go out and spend and take particular action to spend this card and just use up your balance. Okay. Whatever it is, and you've already converted it to fiat, spend it. Okay. That's probably the cleanest way to do it, because there's no prescription now as to when the card starts working again. What BitPay has told us is that the relationship is breaking. They didn't even say which bank it was. They probably want to keep that quiet because they don't want to out anyone, because it's sensitive information, and they also have to get another relationship. So that sounds sensitive too. So BitPay is basically saying you can't deposit on June 1st. On June 15th, then you can't spend it anymore. And they are working on establishing a new partner for the banking side. That's not been announced. We have no timetable, so we don't know when that's going to happen. So all you can do is hold on to your card, cross your fingers, and hope that it works again, or they send you another card. I would recommend that there is a phone number. Like, if you have a card, you should have received an email about all this. If you didn't, go back and look through your email. If you don't have that, call BitPay and update your address, update your information, let them know what's going on. They know that these calls are coming. This is the next 2 weeks is going to be a lot of time for them to respond. go ahead and test it. I know I need to call them and update my address for one thing, and I've got a few bucks left on the card, so I'm going to go out and spend it. That's not financial advice at all. That's just what I'm going to do to manage the 50 to 75 bucks I have on the card. Just go out and spend it, call it a day. That card is now put aside. But at Economic Preppers, we know that this is a big deal. We have to manage, you have to learn how to be your own bank. So as part of that, how do you manage these? You have these precious metals. You have these cards, and you have BitPay, and you have Bitcoin. You're trying to minimize how many of these things are floating around, but you have some of those too. But you need to figure out how to manage all those things because you are your own bank and you have multiple different types of assets. This is the number one question that we get. How do we manage this? How do we live between the two worlds? How do we pay our bills? And that's why the Economic Preppers is proud to announce our first course. It's going to be, I think we're going to call it Being Your Own Bank. Don't hold me to that because it comes out this week. Dylan's working on the website right now. I think it's a list of around 40 videos that you're going to get. And there's going to be a follow-on as far as, because it's going to be a standalone course. You can buy the standalone course, and those of you who are hearing about it now or members of our Patreon who have heard it about already, you're going to get good discounts here to get it early. But it's going to get a full launch at the Silver Symposium on September 29th, 30th, and October 1st. Now, I don't have that. You can see it ticking across here. I don't want to share. Well, I'll share my screen in 1 second here. So as I'm talking about this, I am going to share my screen and show you a little bit about the symposium and where that's at. So let's see here. That is right here. So here we go. We got the Stock Post Silver Symposium. Let me go to let's go to the front page. So there it is, September 30th to October 1st. Featured presenters, you will recognize the top guy. Our own Patrick is going to be the MC. You're going to have Ninja's going to be there, Greg Manarino, Dave Morgan, Andy Schechtman, Joe Brown, we're still talking to. We think he's coming. Jack from Nobody Special Finance is going to be there. There's a lot of names we're still adding to this list, okay? And as part of this, we are going to be there to talk about everything crypto on Friday. All right, so there's going to be a crypto version of this as well. Now, that's not necessarily on the site yet, but we will get it up there. So that's why I just wanted to put on the ticker for now, right? The details will be in the description. The tickets are under 90 bucks if you use Patrick's link, okay? Tickets are really cheap. Get a room in Vegas now, or we should be announcing more with the Caesars Palace coming up soon. So you might want to wait for that. Wait for the link for the rooms at Caesars, or you can go shopping on your own as well. But you got to plan on being there. We've heard so much from our community. When's the next meetup? When are we all going to get together? This is the time. All right. We might be able to squeeze one more in the summer. We're working on that too. But we'll see how that works. This summer travel is tough. Especially coordinating with people on vacations and such. But we know for sure we're going to be in Las Vegas at Caesars Palace, September 29th, 30th, and October 1st. And we're going to bring you solutions on how to get from fiat currency over to crypto, even if certain cards do break. We will have paths to do that. But for now, BitPay going away. Make sure you take action this month so you can close out that account. And then, hey, look at the course that we're going to launch. It's probably going to debut next week with deep discounts. Stay tuned here and stay tuned to Economic Preppers. Like I said, Patrick's going to talk about, I'm going to put up here about the video, the Economic Preppers. Follow that channel too, please, because we're adding more videos there too. So you'll see a balance of videos coming from me on both channels. So lots said today. Take action on your BitPay card. I'll read every comment, so leave some down below. Are we going to see you in September and down in Vegas? Love to see you there. Can't wait to see you guys. It's going to be a great event. Stay for all 3 days because it's worth it. You got crypto and silver. Bitcoin is going to be all throughout the event. We are tearing down the walls between silver, gold, Bitcoin. We all hate the dollar. The dollar is garbage. We see it now. We've seen it for the last 2 years. If you're not away from it now, you better get running because it's time to go. So stay tuned. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Really appreciate it. Helps out the channel. I read every comment. But with all that said, I'm going to close the door in the bureau. Say follow leader. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.